Hello, everyone. This is Dania Esperanza. Welcome to my channel, Hope Speaks. Esperanza means hope in Spanish. And today I am filming this, or should I say tonight, from this particular part of my room because I have usually recorded at my desk, but I wanted to demonstrate the power of will and love and perseverance. So I had said that in previous videos I had recorded that my husband had passed away and he had a disease called, at that time they diagnosed it as sarcoidosis, but it's actually called Savvy's thing, and my son has it as well. So yesterday I had gotten so sad that I didn't pretty much hardly leave my house. Today is Lionsgate, 8/8 Lionsgate, and for the people who know about this, this has a lot of powerful energies. And the day before, which was yesterday, I experienced a lot of emotional energy, and it was my husband who passed away was with me, like a lot, very close, and I felt him. I heard him through music. It was incredible because I just cried so much. And we used to live in another state, and this bed, along with the armoire and the dresser and also some other items of furniture, when he was on a deathbed and I was trying to make him feel good, I had talked to him about how we had discussed before he got sick, how we wanted to buy a beautiful bedroom set. And before he got sick, we went to a specific furniture store and we saw this bedroom set. And it was super expensive, like super expensive. And he was looking at it like, I don't think we can afford it. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. And he we didn't buy it, but we talked about it and it was the one that we wanted. So when he got sick, fast forward, he ended up like soon after we went into that store. I remember the store was in Connecticut, and soon after we went to that store, he had a couple of doctor's appointments, and um, there were just things started to happen very fast with his illness. So it's so crazy how I remember the day when we were looking at this furniture, and he he loved it, but he got sick, and he ended so much happened that we were in Mount Sinai in New York City trying to save his life. And then when we came back home, I tried to break down the walls and fix the house so that I can roll the wheelchair around and take care of him because he wanted to be home. He didn't want to be in a hospital. And when they tried to tell me that he was going to die and they couldn't save him because his brain had a disease that he couldn't come back from, they asked me to talk to him about the fact that I was going to be strong and that I was going to take care of our son and that everything was going to be okay, because if I did that, he was going to start feeling better and it would make his time of passing a lot better. So it was the most difficult thing to do because I didn't want to give up on him. I was trying to get them to do all kinds of tests, like medical procedures, whatever they could do so that they could help him stay alive longer, but his brain was dying. So when I had to talk to him and let him know that everything was going to be okay, I said, I'm going to get the bedroom set. And he had the biggest smile. It was hard for him to communicate because of his brain, and he had the biggest smile. He was like, get it, get it. He was so happy to know that I was going to get the bedroom set. So we had a hospital bed in the house, so I couldn't bring the bedroom set while he was there. He was alive. But when he passed away, while he was alive, I went and paid for it. I put a deposit on it, and I knew that I was going to get it. And when I came home and I said, "Hey, I went and took a look at the bedroom set. He was so happy. But after he passed away was when I brought it into the house. And this bedroom set, he died in the year 2000, and that's when I got this bedroom set. And my mother, everyone who has seen this bedroom set, they say that it's in such great condition and it almost has a life of its own. So yesterday, I didn't want to leave my house. I didn't want to leave my bed. I didn't want to leave my room. I'm a hairdresser, so I worked a wedding, and I woke up in the morning very happy to do this bride because I love her so much. I was talking to her about a marriage, and we didn't know who she was going to marry, but I had known her for so many years that I said to her, I'm going to do your hair for your wedding. And she was like, you really think I'm going to get married? I do want to get married. And we used to talk about all those dreams of her getting married. And all of a sudden, it was coming to fruition. So it was a very happy, happy day for me. I woke up in the morning, did my makeup, I wore something pretty, and I asked my music to play. And the first song that came on was A Woman's Work by This Woman's Work by Maxwell. And I was just like crying, 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 crying. Then the next morning, I wake up, I open up my YouTube, and in my YouTube music, the first song that came on was One Woman's Work, This Woman's Work. Crying again. I just felt his energy. From then on, all the songs that just kept coming on were just songs that reminded me of him. And I just poured my heart and started crying. And while I was crying, I was purging, I was getting out all of this pain within me. I also remember the reason why I missed him so, so much. And it was because he was such a good man. He was my best friend. He was amazing. He allowed me to talk. He allowed me to express myself. He didn't quiet me. If I was upset, he wanted me to get it all out. Um, he used to tell me how beautiful I was, how amazing I was. When I spoke to him about my life, when I was a little girl, how I was raped, how I was molested, how all the childhood wounds that I had, my mother's abuse and repeated severe abuse. I remember sitting across the table from him on one of our dates before we got married, and he told me, "You deserve diamonds and pearls, and you deserve to be treated like a queen." And he was like, "I'm going to give all of that to you." And he did. He was amazing, amazing, amazing. He gave me everything and more. And he's still giving me such support and love. And he's cheering me on when it comes to this project that I've been working on, when it comes to these videos and creating this podcast. I want to share my life because I have lots of great stories that can inspire others, and I want to let people know that you're not alone. And one of the wounds that came up, I have to grab my grandfather's keys because whenever I see them, I have to like hold them. They make me feel good. I already spoke about the 7 keys, how I received them, and there's an important message with the keys. But yesterday was tough. Yesterday was really, really tough. I mean, Lionsgate is no joke. The energies were strong. I'm sure there were people partying and happy and joy, and it was great energy. But with me, I just needed to get out all those wounds. I needed to get out all that pain because I've been through hell. I've been through so, so much in this life. And it's time that, now I have like the keys to how to heal and how to become much more balanced, mind, body, and soul, and how to love others and receive that love and be able to set healthy boundaries. So I'm really happy to have had all of the experiences that I have had, because it's going to help someone out there know that they're not alone, and also help them learn how to heal and that there's hope even when they are told that they're nobody, or especially with the relationship part of our lives. You know, we stress so much with relationships. We want to make our partners happy and we want to be happy. And sometimes we drag ourselves down to the point where we end up um, sacrificing ourselves for other people's happiness. And at the end of the day, they walk away from us and they leave us for someone else, or, you know, they're just not there for us. They're not supportive, even when it comes to our own family and friends. So I have learned how to stand strong on my own, but still also reach out to those who I love and love me and appreciate them. But yesterday, heavy wound that I am here to bring out in order for it to be healed was about the memory of when I came to the United States from the Dominican Republic. I was 5 years old, going on six, and my mom didn't like my grandmother, my father's mother. And I was five, and I was taking a nap, and I'm dreaming with my grandmother, and all of a sudden I wake up to my mom beating me with a belt, one of my father's belts, and I just saw like the devil. I was wondering, what have I done? And she said, I brought you into this world and I can take you out. You was dreaming with your grandmother. And she just kept hitting me and hitting me. And I remember climbing in the back of the backboard it was in New York, in the Bronx, and it was a wood backboard. And I just was like holding on to dear life because I was just a little girl. Those were my um, my childhood years where the subconscious mind is being programmed, and it's very sensitive during that time. That's actually called uh, theta. So from 2 to 5, you're at theta, and then from 5 to 7, you're at alpha. So I was pretty much between theta and alpha brain frequencies, and I have this woman beating the crap out of me. So that was one of the things that I did tell my husband about, and just the cruelty continued because in New York City, I remember that my mother had a babysitter come to our apartment in Manhattan. Well, this was in Manhattan when we were being babysat. And my name is Dania, and I have a brother with a similar name. So the babysitter called my mom complaining about my brother, and she was repeating his name and saying how bad he had been. And she misunderstood and heard my name. So when she walked into the apartment, she grabbed my father's belt again, like she always did, and she beat the crap out of me. And I'm screaming in the living room, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. And the babysitter comes running out of the bathroom because she was giving my little brother a bath and he was a baby, and she started screaming, not Dania, not Dania. It was, so my mom just drops me, goes into the room to put the belt away, and then goes into the kitchen to eat and goes out with her friends. They were celebrating a birthday or something like that. I was in shock. I would just stayed crying, all beat down, and no apologies, no nothing. So my mom uh, didn't really bond with me because when I was born, she was with me at my first birthday in DR. But then she came to New York City, and she when I got came to her, I was almost six. I was five. So she was really close to my brothers who had already been born and they were little. So the boys usually are glorified when you're from, those third world countries. They put the boys in a pedestal and the girls are looked down. And since my family used to really like try to make me happy because I was the one left behind in the Dominican Republic. Everybody else was with their parents. I had a lot of attention, and that made my mom jealous and angry. So my mom was very narcissistic and very abusive, and it was a really, really hard struggle. And those are childhood wounds that I've been working on healing because they do manifest and affect your life later on. And since my mom was very abusive towards me, and I had so much love for her, and I always wanted to make her happy, and I tried my hardest to be a good girl and all that. um, that manifested within my relationships. Later on, most of the men that I dated were abusive verbally, mentally, and they were also men who were going to abandon me, like my mom and like my dad. And my dad was a person who cheated and was very macho and narcissistic and military type of man. Just not that long ago, a couple of years ago, I took him to the Dominican Republic, and he insulted me by, um, we were having a discussion about keeping a rental or not, and said I had told him that if we went in an Uber, it would be more, less expensive. So he had talked to the driver already and made an arrangement with the driver, and I was just suggesting something as of economics. It was more economical to just take the Uber. And he asked my opinion earlier that day. So when I gave him my opinion, he looked at the driver and said, "Look at this, look at this. I can't believe a woman, can you believe a woman is trying to tell me what I should do after I've already made my decision, a woman?" And he was like, "This is ridiculous. This is the last thing." In Spanish, she was talking like this, and I'm sitting in the back thinking, like, what a male chauvinist pig. I'm a woman. I'm a wonderful woman. I'm a great woman. I'm an intelligent woman. You asked me a question earlier. I didn't give you an answer. I told you that to let's think about it. Now I'm giving you a response after using logic and the calculator and contacting my Uber app. So I'm like wondering, why are you talking to me like this? This is insulting. I'm your daughter. You're not supposed to talk to me like that. I did respond that way. And I set some healthy boundaries and to let my father know that he should not talk to me that way, because I am above and beyond past that age where you're supposed to put me in my place. And he logically asked me for my opinion earlier on, and I was not speaking with attitude. I was being kind, and this came from a good place. So the way that I was treated was the way that he used to talk to my mother and belittle her, and the way he spoke to pretty much a lot of people, and that wasn't going to happen with me. So I let him know. Then I had gone to the Dominican Republic, and I had had surgery. So when I was on my way back, I needed help. He abandoned me in the yard with the driver. I had to take a Uber. And when we were in Boston, he took the driver that was supposed to pick us up in Boston and left, and did not even contact me to see if I needed a ride. So I had to get my own ride. And when I came back home, he told my family that I abandoned him. So you can just see the level of toxicity and narcissistic behavior within my father. And when I was a little girl, that was pretty much the way he was. So I was raised with parents that weren't so nice to me, and my father didn't beat me, and he left it all to my mom to raise us when it came to the household and things like that. But he was not there. He was not loving. He spoke very harsh, very rude. He wasn't kind with his words. He wasn't the type of, I didn't see a healthy relationship with my parents. It was unhealthy. So I had to parent myself. I had to pretty much raise myself. And those are the wounds that I had from childhood that I used to cry to my husband about, and he understood, and he wanted to heal me and help me and build me up. And when he passed away, it was a very difficult thing. After that, I had dated, and I even had two other children, which I love my kids, although their dad and I are not together, which is a result of the toxicity of an unhealthy relationship. And I wasn't going to settle for unhealthy relationships anymore. And I have been working on healing my wounds by um, purging and crying when I have to. You can't do that for too long. I gave myself one day, which was yesterday. I didn't leave my house much. I left to do very quick errands, like go pick up Chinese food, very fatty Chinese food, eat, and just do very quick things around the house, because you have to keep active. But I drank lots of water, and I was just trying to stay positive. But It was very difficult. I was in tears. I have to stretch my legs because I'm getting a cramp. And I was so sad and um, like depressed that I had to give myself a day. But today I woke up and I was elated. I was happy. I was excited. I was feeling good. I went into work. I wanted to, do a video, and here we are. I got my lashes done. I'm sure everybody can see half of them fall off, so that's why we do the full lashes at first, because we want them to last a long time. But I'm excited to launch this video, and I am going to attach it to a podcast. But the YouTube channel is definitely going to be launched this week during Lionsgate. So I'm really excited about that. And it should be fun to share like all types of different healing um, like practices that I've learned, because not just one thing is going to heal you. My mom would say, just grab the Bible. I have like 10 Bibles here, and the Quran, and all kinds of books on Buddha. And she would be like, Joan, you need us the Bible. Her husband says the same thing, Pentecostal Christian. And I say, you know what? You need multiple things. You need things that are going to say, I get it. I understand now what I need to do or what I can do. Exercise is great. You have to do something physical. Today, I went to work and I was so busy. I ran around. I really burned a lot of energy, and I felt good about that. But I didn't make it into the gym, although I got dressed for it. But I'll be in there tomorrow. It's good to be kind to yourself, loving with yourself. I wrote something interesting, and I put it on my social medias. I'm on Facebook. It's public. It's like a blog that I've created, and it's Hope Speaks 7K. I'm trying to find my Facebook because I am going to read. Ooh, I got a message. I'm going to read what I put on Facebook, because I had a really terrible relationship with a man who um, broke my heart over and over and over again. For over 20 years, he came in and out of my life. And every time he came in with promises, and he would cheat on me, lie to me, manipulate, gaslight, and the list goes on. And I believe many of us can relate. So yesterday, like in the middle of the night last night, I got up and I just wrote this, and this was very freeing. That's another thing that you should do, is journal, write things down. And this is called 8823 Lionsgate. No more chances for toxic relationships of any kind. For exes, I'm not a outfit or a piece of furniture to go on layaway. Don't call from a different number because you're blocked. Please keep it moving, and thank you for teaching me how to love myself, how to heal my deepest wounds, how to respect myself, and how to be proud of the kind heart I have. Because without all the knives you put in my back and the broken promises, I couldn't have discovered how strong I truly am. I couldn't have understood how resilient I am, and how much more loving and kinder I am with myself and with others. I couldn't have learned how to set boundaries and have the courage to cut off something I thought was once so pure and coming from love, that it was all an illusion. So when I had to, how I could slice that part of my heart right off and breathe such peace and calmness. For all this, I thank you. and I forgive you, but stay back because you've wasted too much of my time. I have more important things to do, like living the best life as I come out like a lion out of Lionsgate. 8:23 Hope Speaks. So this came out of nowhere. I just got up and I just felt this fire, and I wrote it, and I just put it out there into the universe, and it made me feel better. So I just wanted to record this video and share the wounds that are deep. But by the way, I do speak to my mother. I have a great relationship with her now. I'm very blessed to have her in my life. I'm grateful that she, is still here and wanting to heal our relationship. That's very helpful for me as a human being, and it's also helpful for her because spiritually we want to evolve and we need to forgive each other and work on these things. So when it comes to my mother, I want everyone to respect her. I know that it was difficult to kind of hear that because it's heavy, and there's so much more when it came to the abuse. But the interesting thing is that we want to share these stories because we want you to know that it's not um, uncommon for someone to be abused and treated the way that I was treated, there is hope to heal and hope to forgive. But when it comes to relationships of exes, when it comes to men, I don't really need to heal those relationships and have these men back into my life. If it's my mother, my father, my brothers, my children, that's a different situation. But when it comes to exes that came and abused me and used me and treated me like crap, um, I forgive them all, but I don't want them in my life anymore because I've evolved, I've elevated, I learned great lessons, and like I said in this particular post, I'm not someone to an outfit or a piece of furniture to put on layaway. People can't come in and out of my life and think that they can pick up where they left off after hurting me, and I'm gonna just sweep that under the rug and not even address it. I can definitely listen to a person that wants to apologize to me, and I can say, okay, thank you for your apology, but I have every right to say, keep it moving because I don't really want you as a friend. I don't have to have friends around me who are going to drain my energy and have resentment towards me. I can feel those energies. I already know when it's coming. So I rather nip it in the bud and not have it around me. And if I'm a bitch because of that, then hey, I'll wear the t-shirt. I don't give a damn because I should protect my energy. I have every right to protect my energy, and so does everybody else. I don't want anybody around me who may think that I would hurt them or make them feel uncomfortable or drain their energy at all. Stay away from me and protect your energy because sometimes I don't want to be around other people because I know I'm not gonna serve them in a good way. Yesterday was a great example for that, and that's why I'm doing this video right now the way that I'm doing it, because yesterday I did not feel good. So I stayed in. I had minimal communication with people because I felt that heavy energy. So I needed to purge. I needed to feel better about myself, and I did it. Now I feel fabulous, and I wanted to record this and just thank all of those who have hurt me, all of those human beings who have treated me badly. I forgive every single one of you, but stay the fuck out of my way because I'm in business now and I know my self worth.